Hi everyone, it's me, Julie O'Connell. I'm coming on here to do this live. I want to talk to you. There are rules when you go hiking on the Appalachian Trail. You must stay on the trail. There was a case of Geraldine, who was a hiker who was hiking up Maine, and she had done many hikes. She had hiked 950 miles at this point. She went to go find a site off the trail to go use the bathroom, and she kept trying to call her husband and stated that she was lost. Her cell phone service was spotty at that time, so the cell phone service dropped. Well, 2 years later, another set of hikers actually found her campsite and found her diary. And she had been camping there for 26 days. Apparently, she also had a broken leg. So please mark the paths that you're going to be on when you're traveling on the Appalachian Trail. There's also things that are called mimics. They know how to mimic your voice. They know how to mimic your movements and stuff. If you invite them into your house, you're letting darkness into your house. It's just a really well-known fact, and Native American cultures talk about it. They also talk about other entities within their own cultures, like in the Navajo Nation, they believe in skinwalkers. They can also mimic your voice, or they can mimic your loved ones' voices. So don't acknowledge those, because if you do acknowledge them, you might be invited something evil in. It's similar to like the story of the vampires. They have to be invited into your house if you have them in your house. I believe in paranormal stuff, but I also believe that there are protections that you can take. As far as the skinwalkers, if you have a gun, dip your bullets in white ash. That can stop them. Same with dogmen. They can be killed. If you hit them point blank in the face, they can be killed. There are things out there that we just don't know and we cannot explain. I know in 2012 there was a Bigfoot sighting right here in Sussex County in Delaware at the Cape Penelope State Park. So just be mindful of and be aware of your surroundings. And I usually pray to God every night to deliver me from evil. It's just something that I do. I also ask him for protection. I also ask him for protection for my family and friends. Life is too short. I've seen too much hate in this world. And when you have too much hate, then evil does win. There's been too many shootings. There's been too many missing children. And there's human trafficking organizations that the FBI doesn't even want to tackle. So we just need to be mindful of that fact. In fact, I saw a post today that a girl went missing in June of 2024. They just found her body. So please be respectful for the family. I see these posts on a daily basis of the missing children and the missing people. It is very scary. When you are in the Appalachian Trail, they say to stay on the trail, because if you venture off, you might not be found again. There have been many people that have gone missing in the Appalachian Mountains, and it's not just in North Carolina, Virginia. It's all down the eastern seaboard where the Appalachian Trail is. Scary things do happen, and I've seen some of the TikToks, and I've seen some of the things about skinwalkers. I believe the things that they are seeing are mimics, also rakes, or other things. Skinwalkers are mainly of Navajo origin. That means they tend to be on the Navajo Nation. So they don't end up in like areas like North Carolina. There are shapeshifters, yes, but there's also a thing called a mimic. And they mimic your voice. They mimic people that you love. They've even shown videos of people's dogs who are in their house clearly, and there's a dog outside that looks exactly like them. Don't let them in. Because you're basically letting evil in. I believe that there are things out there that we don't fully understand. I've seen shadow people, and shadow people are scary. And I can tell you, it's usually late at night when I see these things. Sometimes, you could be seeing them for whatever reason. God wants you to see them to let you know that they're out there. But I believe in superstitious stuff. I believe that Bigfoot are real. I also believe in the dog man. Matt Enrich's story is horrific. Him and his 4 friends. He lived in Ohio, in Youngstown, Ohio, and they absolutely saw a dog man. And this dog man, if this train had not blew its horn, they probably could have been dead. Because this dog man was sniffing in the air for him when they were on the third floor of this old abandoned steel mill. And what you have to know with steel mills, the abandoned ones, they have all this material that's called coke. It's like gravelly, gritty material, similar to coal, but it's not really coal. But they say it's used in the steel mill process. But this dog man attacked a full pack of 9 or 10 dogs, one of which had a huge gash on its side. These dog men creatures are real, and there are many people out there seeing them. This makes me think that yes, there is a lot of evil things going on in the world, but you can do things to change your environment, change your positivity. Don't allow these things in. When I go to the beach, I try to make it better. I try to make it safer. I've been finding a lot of sharp glass lately on the beach. I just don't want children to step on that. Not to mention, it's harmful for the environment. Like, I've seen where people have let balloons go and they later wash up on shore. Or they're out in the ocean. One week when I was in Lewis, I actually saw a Mylar balloon floating in the water, and I pulled it out. And I don't agree with trashing our oceans. It's something that's not okay. And I truly believe Mother Nature is pissed. Native Americans believe in different entities and different deities. And every nation is different. They have a different creation story. Like, I believe Jesus Christ died on the cross for my sins. I truly believe that. But it's amazing that these things are being seen. More and more of these evil entities are being seen. I have a lot of faith, and faith gets me through. So, and a lot of Native Americans don't talk about skinwalkers because it's taboo to do so, because it's like you're inviting them in. I'm not going to say the real name of what they are because I don't want to draw one in. But these things are real. They know how to mimic people's voices. They know how to attack another human being. And it's very scary because there have been things at the Burning Man festival that has been well documented, that there's skinwalkers out there in the area where they do the Burning Man festival. I just don't feel we need to dwell on the negative, because when you dwell on the negative, you're inviting that in. I try to be positive every day. I try to be kind and caring. I do what I can for the environment and for our pollinators. I did plant some more milkweed so that it'll come up next year, because the butterflies absolutely need the milkweed. It's just amazing that their journey. The ones on the East Coast are the ones that are called the super monarchs. They are the ones that fly to Mexico and Brazil. And they're actually preserving this area in Mexico where the butterflies are flying in. And it's amazing. There's like millions of them. There used to be 1 billion of them. But sadly, they are being poisoned with pesticides. And I don't believe in using pesticides on stuff. I finally have a tomato on my tomato plant, which is a good thing. But I do want to talk about these darker entities, because you should really have your guard up and really protect yourself. If you're in the area of like the North Carolinas and the Carolinas and Virginia and North Carolina, there are some deep woods that probably have had Native American burial grounds on them. Please don't disturb those Native American burial grounds, because some of these entities like to be in these burial grounds. There even have been stories of dogmen robbing graves. Same with the Skinwalker. And the reason why I'm talking about these dark entities is because they truly terrify me. I watch Sean Clinton, Shadow Productions. He talks about them. The Dark Wilderness channel speaks about these entities. There's many TikToks on TikTok about these dark entities. And we need to protect ourselves. With the Skinwalker, you definitely need to burn cedar wood and get the white ash from the fire pit. And any weapon that you need to use against the Skinwalker has to be dipped in ash. These entities scare me. I do pray at night to protect myself. I no longer live near Arizona, where these entities originate from. I did grow up in Phoenix, and Phoenix has a dark side. It also has, it even deals with the mafia. I mean, like, so, I mean, we have to be protecting ourselves spiritually. I do protect myself spiritually by praying every night for my family and friends. My friend Linda Kleiman, she is not doing well, so I pray that she feels better all the time. So, I mean, I've seen things that no other person should see. I mean, I've seen things that are not normal or not natural. So, also, foxes, they can make sounds that mimic children. Whenever they catch an animal, sometimes it can be very loud. But one night I was in my mom's house in Hockessin, Delaware, and we heard this fox screaming. It sounded like a child screaming his mother's name, like, Ma, Ma, Ma. So just be careful what you hear and what you listen to. I believe if it's my time, it's my time. But I also believe that praying to God at the time of, your death will help you to send you on to either wherever you want to go. And that's why when I see Sean Clinton's Shadow Productions and he goes on these paranormal investigations, he truly does try to help people who want to move on in life. Because there are even some places where God cannot hear you and that the dark entities are surrounding these areas. Tombstone is well known for this because Tombstone was the site of the OK Corral and the famous shootout with Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp and the other two that were killed. We just need to be kind, because kindness, when you fight the evil in the world and you put out kindness, it detracts from what they are trying to do. That's why I don't dwell on the negative all the time. And yes, I believe that these things are real. There are many sightings of these things and many witnesses to these things. I just pray to God that I never see one of these entities. I mean, shadow people scare me because they're just shadow people, and they like to loom in dark places, and every shadow has its form. Like, even when you have a nightlight on, there's shadows in your house. Growing up as a child, I was very scared of the dark. And I had a reason to be. There was an incident at my old house where somebody did try to break in. They left a knife outside my bedroom window. And I was playing in my front yard, and I saw it. And I gave it to my mom. I said, listen, I found this knife outside. She believed me. And also, at the same time, later that year, my babysitter's house was robbed. It turns out this guy on drugs, he was robbing people in the neighborhood because he wanted money for his drugs. He stole like $40 out of her purse. I don't even keep that kind of cash in my purse. Also, beware of scams involving credit cards, because I've heard of several people that have had their whole life savings stolen. It's heartbreaking. So just keep an eye on your account, and if you see anything suspicious in your account, definitely report it to your bank immediately. Same with the credit card people. I just try to not dwell on the negative stuff. I dwell on the positive things that have been happening in my life. Like, I cannot wait for my friend Carrie to come in town on Friday. I have not seen her in like 20 years. And it'll be good to see her. So, it's been a really long time. And just pray. Pray things get better in this country, because there is a big divided country. And this is why I talk about the mass shootings too as well. You have so many people trying to copycat other shootings. It's just awful. And there are a lot of soft targets. So be aware of your surroundings when you are in restaurants, you are in a movie theater, you are in church. Just be aware of your surroundings and find a spot to hide if there is a known gunman in your area. These things might help save lives. I mean, it's just the truth. It's my thoughts and feelings on things that I've seen and heard lately. There are even people out there saying that the rapture is coming. The rapture is coming. You won't know when the rapture is coming. It's just a proven fact. I truly believe in God and Jesus Christ. He is my Savior. He protects me in everything I do. He even protects my little dog, Sammy, who's the love of my life. He's my rescue dog. He's just the sweetest little boy. When we found him, he was so emaciated. He weighed 5 pounds when we found him. And now he's about 14. He's ballooned because my fiance likes to feed him hamburgers and hot dogs. That's not healthy for him. And I tell him every day it's not healthy for him. We do what we can. We do what we can to help people. And if any of this information is helpful for people who are dealing with these entities. Oh, and another thing, if you see a staircase to nowhere, do not climb up it if you're in the Appalachian Trail. These lead to portals where you are flung into a different part of the forest and you might get lost. It's a proven fact. It's just something that's very scary. There are things like portals all over the world. Even at Skinwalker Ranch, they talk about portals and entities coming out of those portals. So just be mindful of what is happening in your surroundings. Be aware of your surroundings. If you go out at night, always have a buddy. Have a buddy system because you never know who could be stalking you. And some of the scariest incidents that I've heard has nothing to do with dark entities, or it has to do with humans stalking other humans. I mean, there was a story just out of Yellowstone where a woman was hiking and her dog alerted to somebody stalking her on the second day. Apparently, when this guy was caught, because he had wounds from her dog attacking him, he was stalking her. So when she left Yellowstone, she took all the evidence that she had because he dropped a camera, and apparently this guy was stalking her for 2 days. Right from the moment she got to the trailhead to the time that she had left for the second portion of her hike. People go missing all the time in the forest in our country, and there are a lot of missing people. And sadly, a lot of times they do end up being found being brutally murdered. And that's why my heart goes out to this little girl that went missing in June of 24, and her body was just found September 24th of this year. Be kind, be caring, live life to the fullest. Do not dwell on the negative stuff in your life. Focus on positive things. Focusing on things that make you happy, like going to the beach. Hopefully it'll be nice one day when Carrie is here so we can go to the beach because she really wants to see a beach because she lives in Indiana and they don't have beaches. So have a great day. If you do see any of these entities in the forest, just don't acknowledge them. You didn't hear them, you didn't see them, don't acknowledge them. Thank you and have a great day.